keto under 20. Doesn't that just say it all? It does for me. I'm a keto clatcher, holder onto for the duration. It tickles my pickle. It just suits my fancy. And I'm staying here. And so that's that story. Okay, have a good day. Bye. So anyway, where were we? So today is a middle of the month of November, and we're gathered here with our maybe bulletproof coffees or teas. We're catching a glimpse of the bathrobe chat. This is the best bathrobe. I can't believe I still have some bulletproof coffee left, and I'm drinking it with my white bathrobe. Always a dangerous thing, so I won't have it again. I'll just let it chill over there. It'll kill me, but I'll get through it. So here we are, my pickles, my community, my turtles. And what is a turtle? Well, a turtle is another new addition to this. It's somebody that accepts that this is a slow healing process. Say you're my age. I spent 60-something years eating the standard American diet. I have no expectations that in 2 months I'm going to drop 15 pounds and have it all together. No, my poor body was subjected to all that CRAP for decades. Maybe yours was too. Maybe you did the smaller portioned Weight Watcher plan or Nutrisystem plan or Jenny Craig or any of the other ones where they talk about healthy carbs. We're not talking veggie carbs. We're talking, grains. Couscous. Have your couscous. Have your lentils. It's all healthy for you. Have some sweet potato fried chips. It's good for you. Well, maybe it is, but not if you're doing keto. If you're doing keto, you hope to get your nutrients from other sources that are low carb. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of watching live Dr. Berg with his wife Karen, and I just love that show, and I look so forward to it on Friday. I film my vitamin cassette thing for the week while I'm watching. They both have the most beautiful skin, and the questions that are asked are questions I never would have thought of that could help me, could help you. He just has a way of saying it, and I love how it does it. He doesn't push his products all the way through. Sure, there's some mention of them, but he has spent a lot of money developing them without synthetic additives, and so why not? It's his channel, and he does get results. I have bought a couple of his products. I'm not using anything of his right now. I'm trying to lessen my supplements just because it just gets so excessive. If I'm having nutrient-dense keto foods every day, then I will be okay. And when they talk about all the studies where in certain places people ate nothing but meat and fat, for a year that they were studied and they had no adverse effects. Well, I'm not trying to do that now, but I know somebody that is, and I look forward to hearing about his progress and his take on it. Now, I'm coming out of a week where my carbs were under 10 every day. Now, today I've put my food in my tracker, and my carbs are at about 12. And, there's just that, gosh golly, I want one more day of 10 or under. So I will probably be tweaking it. So it's not totally true. I am having the fathead pizza, which automatically gives me, I think, 6 or 7 carbs. So whatever else I have to be careful. And I don't want to have a lot of cheese in the first meal because that's all about the fathead pizza. So I'll be putting on my thinking cap and trying to get to something that seems like it all works for me. So how has your week been? Did you accomplish any little goals for the week? Maybe the deal that you make with yourself to track every day, or to you fill enough water bottles that you have good water every single day, that you begin to include electrolytes in your day. You become aware of them and how much they do furnish the energy supply. Potassium is so important, and it is so beneficial in so many different places. And Dr. Berg does say if you have the 4,700 milligrams of potassium every day, and who knows who does that, aiming, your sugar cravings will go away. And isn't that one of the better things? I know for me, having more fat, having the fatty meats, my sugar cravings went away. I'm not craving sugar. And I am addicted to it. This is how I'm managing it. And so I just have fatty meats and great oils in my salads to make all the nutrients of the lettuces and other ingredients I put in salads be absorbed by my body. They need the fat in the dressing, and I provide it with walnut oil or macadamia nut oil and the EVU. That's how I keep the fats in that. And so I just love my keto food plan. And so watching them yesterday, it was really cool because all the different questions that come in, and Karen fighting for space because she's doing Facebook and YouTube questions while he's doing, it must be website questions, I don't know. But they're a fun couple to watch, and try to grab them. They're 9 Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. Sometimes they switch it up, but if you are a follower, you will get an email before it is ready to air. I love that. And as of yet, we can't record YouTube shows that come on like you can, a movie or some, a TV show on the regular stations. But it's still great having YouTube on the great big TV. Love it. So, yep, today's the Fathead Pizza. I have a salad planned with ham in it, and the oils. I don't know. Maybe and a hard-boiled egg. I don't know. Maybe I'll have it. Maybe I won't. We'll see. It's TBD. And I've been doing my 2 tablespoons of diatomaceous powder every day, and it's good for hair, skin, nails, and bone density, which is my primary hope for that. I do not want to be taking any osteoporosis drugs. They scare it out of me. I'm telling you. I tried 2 oral ones, pills, and it was a miserable happening. And I do not want the injection, because once the injection's there, you got 6 months of it. I don't want 6 months of it. So I'm going to get a manicure today. I'm very excited. I think I'm going to get gray. I've been wearing my gray police fleece poet top to work, and the yellow in the town logo matches these earrings, so it's always fun to have that match up. And even if not one person sees me the entire 8 hours, because the prisoners are good and they're sleeping, and the police stay way over there in another room or two. Yeah, but I know I'm styling. So my friend was with me watching Dr. Berg, and she's not a keto person. So it's just very, very interesting that she doesn't know, what the names are and what it means. And it made me start thinking, it's so true. When we start this food plan, we are definitely walking into the forest of another country where languages are different, customs are different, all the acronyms, what is intermittent fasting? What does ketofied mean? What is, and not to mention the body parts that we get so used to talking about that heretofore, I'm not sure if you had any interest in them. I certainly didn't. When I was on a food plan like Weight Watchers, all I cared about were my points. I didn't care about body parts healing and taking months to heal. And one of the things that first attracted me to Dr. Oz, by the way, when I first began listening to him well over 2 years ago, was how much he talked about it, and he doesn't talk about it that much now, but how much you have to heal your body first. So if you're you're a female my age, and you're having 2,500 calories a day of the standard American diet, and so in order to heal, he would suggest that you have 2,500 calories of nutritionally dense, healthy, whole, real foods every day to begin to heal your body, and then begin to practice the lowering of your carbs after you give your body a nice washing of healthy foods instead of CRAP, garbage, standard American diet. And so he says that. He says you have to heal the body. And it's a concept that I've never heard any other doctor, even those that I love, other doctors, talk about. And it's like, yeah, it is about healing the body. And we tend to forget that because we want that instant snap 10-pound loss, a whoosh that's like deserved or not. And this is the world we live in has no patience to wait. You see that little thing on your computer, and you become so impatient. And then you think of, or we don't think of, like all that has brought us. I mean, the fact that we can watch the video or do a video and upload it. So he talks about healing the body a lot more then than he does now. But he did kind of mention it yesterday to a woman. And, so many of us want that instant. And if we see the scale go up, we flip out. I'm one of them. And it just, in the whole scheme of healing your body, eating nutritious foods, if you're not having sugars, grains, artificial sweeteners, diet soda, fruits, those 5 things, if you're not having them and the scale goes up, well, you just have to figure it's just your body adjusting to keto. The doctor will talk about the fat cells that get opened up when you're on keto, and the fat inside of them has to have a place to go, and the cholesterol has to have a place to leave. So sometimes biomarkers, when you have your blood work done, they show a spike. Sometimes the scale shows a spike. You've been eating garbage, and now all of a sudden you have good stuff, and it's trying to unlock the fat and the water, because carbs need a lot of water to hold onto in your body. And so keto, you don't need a lot of water, and you also need plenty of salt. So it's between the salt and the butter, it's probably an excursion in permission that you have to really work on your head, especially if you're older like me, where salt and butter were like these two, headless horsemen that were just going to come and scoop you off and bring you into this, cave of torture. You weren't allowed either of those things. It was like, like that. And it's like, no, on keto, butter's allowed, and you have to have enough salt. And most of them recommend the pink Himalayan, but then there's some people that will come along and say, no, that, those salt beds are also tainted. Who knows? It's just like when I buy a piece of meat that's not grass-fed, $25 a pound. I always buy the grass-fed ground beef, though. I do. But when it comes to other cuts of meat, my stores don't carry them. So, like the chuck roast that I had this past week, and I bought another and froze it, that's not grass-fed. Oh, well, it's feedlot. And we do the best we can, My appeal for chicken is like, if I have the drumettes once a month, that's enough. I'm not a big fan of chicken like I used to be. So I'm basically still just like beef and pork. And whether it's right or not, it's working for me. I love my fat. My weight is staying the same. I'm 67. My jeans fit the same. My pixie pants from Old Navy fit the same. I'm happy. I walk a few times a week, and that's it. I have visions of Pilates and yoga, but I'm not there yet, or I'm not doing that. I did take a yoga class last year, and it was painfully elementary. I mean, we laid on our back and learned how to breathe for 6 of the 8 weeks. It's true. I know, beginners, but I thought we would have moved along, so I'm kind of not in the mood for signing up for that sort of course again, but who knows? And I do Pilates at home, and I did it a lot last winter, so I don't know why I can't do it this winter. I do love it. It's just, finding that time, and and doing it and getting consistent again, because I talk about consistency as the glue to my entire being, and consistency with keto is very, very important, where I track and weigh and measure and tweak every day. I'm accountable to me. If you came over and said, show me your chronometer, I could and I would, because it's in there, and I'm not pretending to you guys. I get the first magazine, I like it because then when I'm done, I kind of donate it to the reading materials for prisoners and for women that are stuck behind bars. There's just, it could take you the entire 8-hour shift if you're locked up to read everything in it. But it's just so funny. One page is, they never really say the word keto, but they have printed low carb. It's so funny. Why is it so secret? I don't know. It's like the secret society that they just won't come out and say it. Is the pressure from drug companies, big pharma, and the food industry, are they so powerful that they, will pull their advertising from magazines like First Woman and whatever the other one is? The one that I'm reading now has Jane Seymour on the cover. And so, so many of them, they still are touting the carbs. And then they do all these menus with all these carbs and all the ingredients they take. And it's great that they do list all the nutrients and the calories, the fat, the carbs, things like that. But they still tout all the way through relatively high carb foods, even if they're, if they're low fat or something like that. I don't know. I pulled a couple of recipes. One was Brussels sprouts and with walnuts and bacon, which sounds kind of good, right? Those things are allowed. And the other one is a non-keto dessert, which I probably won't make because it's one of those food porn things that I looked at it and, it told my brain that I could do this, 35 carbs in a square. I probably won't, because I want to wake up the next day and feel like I had a clean day. And just thinking of those Brussels sprouts makes me want to throw away the recipe for the squares anyway. I mean, Brussels sprouts, how much do I love them? It's my favorite veggie, followed by asparagus. And I could do asparagus wrapped in bacon too. And I can do that and just have a couple of slices of turkey and be totally fine at Thanksgiving. So my son's putting it on, so I'm kind of excited. So that's the deal here, my little pickles. You do what you can. You aim for better. Instead of aiming for I need to lose 15 pounds by Thanksgiving and 20 pounds by my class reunion that's Thanksgiving weekend, and instead of lofty promises, how about just to do better each day? When you know better, you do better. At least I'm hoping so. Instead of knowing better and still continuing to do your standard American diet entrees, and thinking that it will turn out different. That's insanity, and we've already had a video about that. So stay cool, stay tracked, stay focused, a little bit better each day, and I will see you the next time. This has been Sarah, a pickle and a turtle. Bye-bye for now.